Assalamu alaikum, family. This is Ryan X coming to y'all live. It's Friday morning. Well, out here on the West Coast, it is. It's about Friday morning, almost 8:30. I just want to come on here. I just want to get this out the way. I got to work later today, but I just want to get on here and talk about this. First and foremost, I hope that you all are having a blessed, wonderful day. Hope that everything's going well for you. Hope that you was able to get through the week. We all praises are due to Allah for allowing us to see another day. Without him, we don't have anything. With him, we have the fiber of our being. We have a breath in our life. So we give Allah we give him praise for the day. Today is the day that he has made, and we will rejoice and be glad in it. And this will be a good day. Glad that we made it through the week. The day is Friday, end of the work week. Hope you all have a blessed, wonderful day. Hope you are having a blessed, wonderful day thus far, and we'll have a blessed and wonderful weekend. And the likelihood that you have one of those days, one of those weeks, whatso have you, always remember this. Tough times don't last, tough people do. Keep your hope, trust, and faith in Allah God, and He will see you through. I could definitely bear witness to that. So, at midnight last night out here on the West Coast, a little bit past midnight, former CNN journalist Don Lemon was arrested by the feds in this LA hotel at a hotel in LA. Incident stemmed from about 2 weeks ago in St. Paul, Minnesota. Some ICE protesters stormed a church during the middle of service. They stormed the church. The pastor, it was reported that he worked for ICE or something like that. And it was three protesters, two black women. One lady was on the school board. I think they're in St. Paul, Minnesota, and there was some crazy looking white boy who called. He was I think he was a content creator. Um, Crazy looking white dude. They have their photos up on the internet, up on the news. Some crazy looking white boy. Looked like he stepped out of a meth lab or something. Um, he called himself Farmer something. I don't know. But it was these two black women and this crazy cracker. They stormed the church because the pastor was reportedly an ICE agent, and so Don Lemon followed them in and was interviewing them. And the pastor was telling them to get out the church, and so Don Lemon was saying that he was doing his job as a journalist, and because he works for himself now. For I get forgot what his platform is or what his broadcasting company is now, but he's no longer with CNN. He was fired from CNN back in 2023. He was with them for 17 years, I believe, 17 to 18 years, and they fired him 2.5 years ago. So he's doing his own thing now. But so now, he's been arrested and they're charging him with the FACE Act. That's when you I think, for lack of a better term, or to put it in layman's terms, the FACE Act is when you prevent people from going into the house of worship, like you're impeding their process, or you try to block some abortion clinic, blocks people from um, aborting their babies, so to speak, or block the process of people trying to worship, going into a church. So they charge them with the FACE Act. Um, I don't think he's gonna go to jail. He probably won't get fined. He hasn't had a court appearance yet, because normally when you get arrested, you're arraigned that next morning, whatever. But he hasn't gone for arraignment in the L.A. Superior Court, anything like that. So, if anything, this is just gonna promote his profile even more. This is gonna have people feel sympathy for him. Oh, y'all, Don Lemon. Oh man, y'all treading on his First Amendment right, freedom of speech. But yes, but it's also freedom of religion. That's also in the First Amendment. And a church is a private area. A church is not public property. You cannot storm into a church. I don't care if you're a journalist, reporter, you cannot do that. You have to have permission. It was wrong for the protesters to storm into this church. It was wrong for Don Lemon to storm into this church too. You cannot do that. We would not dare have that in the mosque. You hear me? They would not dare do that in the mosque. They would not dare. They would not dare do that in the synagogue. So why would you do it in the church? I don't give a damn if the pastor worked for ICE. I don't give a damn if he was the head of ICE. Wrong is wrong and right is right. You do not storm a church. That is a house of worship. There are rules. And it's not about your Second Amendment right. No, a church is private property. It is not public property. It's private. It's a house of worship. Again, he wouldn't have dared storm into a mosque. He wouldn't have dared have stormed into our mosque. Neither would those protesters. You have the right to worship freely. So while you saying that your First Amendment right as a journalist was is being is being impeded upon, you're impeding upon someone's right to worship. So well, I have the right to, as a journalist, freedom of the press. Okay, but what about the freedom, the right to worship, the right to worship freely? You can't violate someone's First Amendment right to protect your First Amendment right. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. But Don Lemon's gonna get sympathy from those on the left, from the LGBTQ plus IA community, which is what he's a part of. His white liberal handlers or friends. He's gonna get sympathy from him. Oh, this is wrong. No, this is wrong what he did. Or no, this is wrong what the federal government is doing. This is wrong. What he did was right. No, it was wrong. You don't storm into a church. You don't storm into a house of worship. You don't do that. It was wrong for the protesters to do it. It was wrong for Don Lemon to do it. You don't do that. You wait till they come out. But no, you don't storm into a church. It's a house of worship. It's house of God. You respect it. But you know what? This is the society we're living in. Wrong, wrong is right, right is wrong. Front is back, back is front. Up is down, down is up. This is a backwards ass world we're living in. And it's getting worse by the day. You do not do that. Don Lemon was wrong, wrong, wrong. And yes, he should have been arrested. You do not storm into a church. I don't care if you are a journalist. At my, I work at my job. The media can't storm in there. You could not do that at a place of business. Try doing that at some company, like a big corporation. They have media. They have people there who deal with the media. You have to set up an appointment with them. You cannot storm into General Motors. You cannot storm into Chrysler. You cannot storm into these corporations. You can't do that there. So why do it at a church? Why do it at a house of worship? Wrong is wrong, right is right. I mean, come on. My goodness. It's not that hard. y'all just make no. You do not do that. And Don Lemon knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing. But this is gonna make him look like the victim, and the feds look like the bad guy. And I'm not defending the feds. I am in no means a fan of the federal government by any means. But from what I see, right is right, wrong is wrong. I'm defending what's right. But Don Lemon is going to look like the victim here, and the pastor or these feds are going to look like the villains. Even though what Don Lemon did and what those protesters did was wrong. I cannot hammer that home enough. Cannot stress that enough. It was wrong. But again, he gonna play the victim card. Woe is me. I was just doing my job as a journalist. No, bro, you don't do that. No, hell no. Hell no. Storming a place of worship. As a journalist, you don't have that right. You don't have a right to violate the house of God. But this is a godless society. You don't have that right. You wouldn't dare do that in one of our mosques. No. Hell no. It would not end well for you or for those protesters. So, I mean, come on. Now, if Don Lemon would have stormed, if these protesters and Don Lemon would have stormed the synagogue, what would y'all have said then? If they had stormed the synagogue, what would y'all have been saying then? Would y'all have been saying that he has a right to the First Amendment? Or would y'all have been saying, hell no? You know what? They would have never stormed the synagogue. They know the ones to F around with. They would have never stormed the synagogue because the Jews would not have tolerated that. And I don't blame them. They would not have tolerated it. And heads would have rolled, especially Don Lemon's. But that's all I'm saying. Right is right and wrong is wrong. But I'm going to hop off of here. Hit that thumbs up button, smash that thumbs up button on, hit that subscribe button so you get notifications whenever I do videos on here. Share this video. Share it. Please share it. Let's have the conversation because it's a must. I mean, you got to stand for something or you'll fall for anything. Again, I'm not defending the Trump administration. I'm not defending the Department of Homeland Security, ICE. I'm just defending what's right. What's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. And this was wrong. 1,000%. That's all I'm saying. I know there are going to be some who disagree with me on this, and that's fine. I'm cool with that. But we're going to have to agree to disagree without being disagreeable. Can we do that? In our disagreements, let's use logic, common sense, facts, and respect, not emotion and disrespect, because that'll get you absolutely nowhere. So keep that in mind. So share this video, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button. Continue to support my platform here on YouTube. It'd be greatly appreciated. I thank y'all so much. I love y'all. So please continue to support your brother. I need the love and support, and I do not take y'all love for me for granted. I don't, not at all. I don't take it for granted one iota. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Brothers as well as sisters, y'all be safe out there. Beware and be aware. Satan comes to kill, steal, and destroy now more than ever before. So whether you're on your way to work, coming home from work, dropping your children off at school, you're picking them up later, running errands right now, or on your way on vacation, or whatever the case may be, beware and be aware. General order number two for those of us in the nation. Y'all know what that means. All right, y'all take care. Have a blessed, wonderful day. Have a blessed, wonderful weekend. I will talk to y'all sooner than later, inshallah. I love y'all, and y'all take care. Assalamu alaikum.